Is Joe coming in?
Joe should be.
Testing, testing.
1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check. Wicka, wicka. Mic check.
Hello?
Mic drop.
You're an audience member?
Good evening. As you folks can tell, we're a little shorthanded up here this evening. And we apologize. Mr. Lewis came down ill today and can't be with us. Mr. Myers is the accompanying spouse on a trip in Switzerland that his wife is on. She apparently is a recognized international expert on something, and I'm not even going to try to explain what it was. So he was the accompanying spouse on that trip. And Mr. Smutsky is still incapacitated, and we are all praying for him. So as a consequence, we do not have a quorum. What we are going to do is we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance if we can. We're going to do Director's Report as informational. And I have one item that information item that I'd like to bring up. And we'll play it by ear from there. And I apologize for all you folks that have come to see us do our.
Found out, literally, I was driving here.
Yeah, so unfortunately. So if we can all stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Director, I think I'm going to turn it back to you.
Yeah, I just thought it might still be helpful to provide the information that I was going to provide. We still have the Zoom on. This just is no longer an official meeting since we don't have a quorum. But everything I was going to share was just for information only. So we did begin logic and accuracy testing of our voting equipment today. If you tune into WWAY or WECT tonight, you will see a story about it. We had both outlets come and shoot some footage of the process. And we expect that to take at least 1 or 2 more days. And that's the process where we mark up a test deck of ballots with an expected outcome for each candidate. We scan those through the voting machine using a bipartisan team. We then read those results into the vote tabulation software and make sure that the results that come out on that end match the expected result from the ballots that we marked. And so that is a several-day process. It's very exciting. We would love anyone who would like to come watch us scan those ballots and to come join us over in Building H. We start tomorrow at 9 a.m.
How many ballots do you scan?
That is a wonderful question, and Butch is not here, so I can't answer that. I don't know off the top of my head how many ballots.
Is it top secret information?
No, I just don't know. He hasn't, he may have mentioned that to me in passing, but it did not. Yeah.
It's okay. Oh, my Lord. I think that's the first time Sarah didn't know an answer to a question. Thank you.
Oh, if it's a number, I'm never going to know the answer. And so every piece of equipment that we send out has to be tested. So that's for 5 early voting sites and the 27 election day polling places. So it takes a long time just because there's a lot of equipment that we have to test. And so all the votes are cleared off that equipment after the test. And the bipartisan team actually goes ahead and seals the equipment with a tamper evident seal to show that after the test, it has not been tampered with until we pull the results off of it on election night.
And that's when you tamper with it.
And that, yeah, that's when we tabulate. Yes.
Kidding. That was a joke.
Yes.
Just as an aside, as you say, I don't know how many ballots are in our test deck for this election. I can tell the audience that in the presidential election last November, the test deck represented over 2,000 ballots. So it's an extensive test. And it proves that the equipment is actually processing the data correctly and storing it correctly. And it's a good standard auditing practice to be able to do that. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No, that's fine. And that's a mandated process and we do it every election. So this is nothing new. The next thing I just wanted to announce, and we did put out a news release about this, sample ballots are now available. So we always, ahead of every election, encourage every voter to go check their voter registration record on the state's voter lookup And from there, you can find your specific sample ballot based on your party registration and where you live. So those are now available on our website. There's a link right to it on the 2026 elections page. We did start sending out absentee ballots yesterday, so we are in election season. Ballots are being sent, and then we're not too far from early voting starting. That starts February 12th. And then I'll just provide a quick update about the early voting. As you all know, our plan was not unanimous. So we did submit 2 possible plans to the State Board of Elections for consideration. They met this morning and they adopted a plan for us, and they adopted the plan that did not include Sunday voting. So I did get a release out about that this afternoon, and that schedule is available on our website now.
God knows we have less people moving into Brunswick County, so we need less days to vote, whatever.
Well, the state board, I don't know whether you were able to see it this morning, did have an extensive conversation relative to Sunday voting, and they expressed a variety of opinions on the topic. So anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That is all I had, unless you have any questions for me or anything else you want me to explain.
I don't have any questions. You have anything?
No, I made my
Okay.
comment. Thank you. Wait, Swan has something.
Certainly, go ahead.
She came all the way here.
I know.
Yep.
Okay, it's come to the attention of League of Women Voters in North Carolina. that
Oh,
there's-
Ryan's got to fix your mic, I think. I think it's the microphone. I think Ryan's going to come fix it for us. It's probably not even on.
Oh, you have to
Yep, there
turn
you
it
go.
on? Okay. It's come to the attention of the League of Women Voters of North Carolina that there's an organization that has invited select poll workers to a non-BOE Board of Elections poll worker training. The poll workers invited were all of one party. The organization is the NCEIT group, and it has a website. The State League is not aware of any invitations issued in our county, but we thought you as a board should be aware that there are organizations doing poll worker training not approved by the Board of Elections of this state that could be conflicting to North Carolina rules. As we believe all eligible voters should be able to vote with as little hassle as possible and within the rules of North Carolina. Excuse me. The League of Women Voters of Lower Cape Fear, we're notifying you of this activity. As I have observed these meetings for several years and have even participated as a poll worker, I believe that there are significant checks to make sure Brunswick County poll workers follow the election rules. Thank you.
Is it poll worker or poll observer?
Worker.
So I'm on their website. I don't see anything about worker. That's why I asked.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
It was, Sue Ann, what was the organization called? They're asking. NCEIT, EIT. Okay.
North Carolina Election Integrity Team.
Well, Madam Director, would either yourself or the Deputy Director like to comment on the requirements for training and of our poll workers?
Well, in Brunswick County, all poll workers need to receive training from Brunswick County in order to be appointed and assigned to a polling place to work.
Mhm.
I've heard no reports in Brunswick County from poll workers that they've been contacted.
So it's not a statewide standard that all counties have to be. trained
The
by
law
county?
says that chief judges and judges must receive training. Every county they can kind of just set their own training,
Okay.
standards. Yeah. We train everybody. I think we train pretty extensively. Yeah. Maybe too much. Yeah.
I've been doing this for 24 years, and I started in Florida, and the standard in Florida in our county was if you're not trained, you don't work. And that has been pretty much the standard here, and I would support that. And I think if you're not trained by Mrs. Monroe or the director, I don't
Chambers?
believe anybody has been able to work. I'm sorry, Melissa, Mrs. Chambers, not Monroe.
So how long you married now?
It's only been 12 years and I'm sorry.
Just kidding you.
It. Okay. Were there any other public comments? Anybody else? I had a couple of things that I just wanted to make the rest of the board aware. Paula. In our summer conference last year, Bob Joyce, who is at the University of North Carolina School of Government, did a presentation on small appointed boards. And
But can we
he
talk about the
did
Robert
that.
rules for it? Is that what you're talking about?
Bob Joyce, yeah. There's a book that he referenced called Suggested Procedural Rules for Local Appointed Boards. I was at a meeting not long ago. I was able to get 2 of these. I gave one to Sarah so that as we go forward, if we have issues relative to our organization, I think this would be a great tool for us to have in our,
Does it follow Robert's rules? That's my question.
as far as I know, it does, yes.
Okay. I have the
I'm
Robert
sorry,
rules
I
for small
misunderstood your
committees, so
question.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you, Randy. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have anything else,
I have nothing.
Sarah? Okay, I just like to,
Nothing else?
I don't know, are the
Just kidding.
stats sheets in all the handouts
In your handouts.
in our hand?
Yes.
Okay,
They are included in the agenda packet that's on the website, but I only print the cover sheet now because I never know how many people will
Okay.
come and it started
Um,
getting excessive printing full packets.
just for the information of the folks in the audience, as of the end of December in Brunswick County, we had 143,482 registered voters. And during 2025, we were adding close to 1,000, on average, 1,000 new voters per month. And with all the deletions and everything else, we're still averaging a net gain of about 550 to 600 new voters a month in Brunswick County. Managing that growth, managing polling locations and staffing for poll workers is a huge challenge. And Sarah and Ryan and I met last week with mayors of 6 of the southeastern towns, Southport and Oak Island and Caswell Beach and Boiling Springs Lakes, and discussed with them some of the challenges associated with finding polling places. And we came up with a couple of suggestions. Hopefully they will pan out in future elections. But we also found out that we can meet with all of the mayors quarterly of the 19 municipalities in Brunswick County. And we're going to be working on that going forward to try to recruit their assistance in being able to identify new polling places and great ideas, if they've got them, for us to move forward and benefit the county. So that is all I have. So, anything else for the good of the cause? Mrs. Clarity? No?
Nope.
Ma'am?
Nothing
Okay.
from me.
I don't even think we need a motion to adjourn.
We
because
don't
we're not
because we
official.
never opened the meeting.
Thanks everybody for coming. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry we have to cut it short.
Thank you for coming. We tried to make it entertaining.
next month.